Alright, right, Simmons wheels, the 3-piece ones, I'm doing a refurb on them. I've done 3, and I've just got the last one on the bench, and I thought it'd be a good time to do a quick video. So these were in bad shape. I'm not sure if, I think I did a bit of a preview before, and they were really bad. 3 was shocking and 1 was not too bad, but I got them all back from the dead. So I basically had to pull them all apart, and there's 20 or 21 bolts in there, and they were all rusted to hell. So it took me a couple of hours just to get the bolts out, and about 3 days of leaving them soaking. So anyway, so once I got the centers out, I split all the rims up to the 3-piece. You can see the rim, 1, 2. So they split them, and then I went to town getting those centers all redone. So basically I didn't strip them back because I just wanted to, it was just too much work to strip them back. I didn't want to go to that level. So all I did was I just got the old tar stuff, which is that stuff there. You buy it all from Super Cheap, and you just go to town cleaning the buggery out of it. Don't go to too much trouble, just get a normal old green Scott bright pad. Just give them a clean, because that's all you need to do. So once you give them a good clean, then you go to town on the old wax and grease remover. Give them a good clean, and then you get the old body filler. That's all I used. Standard old run-of-the-mill cheap ass body filler. So that's where I filled all the paint chips up. There was paint chips all through them everywhere. So I just cleaned them up and did all the paint chips filling, and then sanded it all down to give a nice finish. And then I put the normal old spray over the top, the primer filler stuff. Again, all super cheap stuff, so primer filler, it's all cheap. And a little bit of etch primer on the bits that went through the metal. So once you put the primer filler on, it fills up all the bits and pieces. I never re-sanded it. As you can see, the finish is pretty bloody good. I never re-sanded that. That's just straight primer filler, and then I put the gold over top, just normal standard run-of-the-mill gold paint, spray paint, and then 3 coats of clear. So I did 3 coats of gold and then 3 coats of clear. I just hung them up on a coat hanger outside and went to town. So then, oh, they come up sweet, beautiful colour. So then went to town on the rims, holy hell. So yeah, they were bad. I gave them a quick once over with the old Scotch pad. That thing. So I gave them a quick once over, and that just simply wasn't enough. I would have been there for days. So I don't know who else would ever do that, or who would be game enough to do it. But I used that. I don't think many people would recommend that, but the fact is they were wrecked. They were pitted, and the blackness in there was unbelievable. So the front side was fine. I did not use that on the front, I only used it on the back. That's got what I got on the back, and they were wrecked. So look, to me, that's pretty good on the back. And I did a little sample bit here. You can see that bit there, that's a bit shinier. That's where I did my test bit to see how shiny I can get them. And frankly, that there was about 20 minutes of just using the little wire brush there, and then using that. About 20 minutes just to get that little bit of shine, and then I decided I am not going to go to that level, so I just did it to that shine, and it was fine. It was good. So yeah, so once I did all over all 4 rims on the back side with that, and then I did all 4 rims on the front and back with this thing. Again, some people may not do that on the front. Mine were bad, so they needed it. So then once I finished that, I moved over to the 3 stage things. You get these from Super Cheap. They're $12 or some bloody thing with the little compound. So yeah, it's got different, you see it on the packet, 1, 2, 3, and the different compounds. So then I just bang all 4 rims with that, and then the last one I did with that one. Don't use that one on high speed. because it burns not burns, but it basically bloody makes the polish so hard to get off. It's a freaking nuisance. Yeah, so just low speed on that and just wipe the stuff on the side, but don't put too much on the final coat, because it sticks like hell to the polish, to the metal. So then I went and got the old, the old Mothers, the mag and aluminium polish. Then I got that and got this thing. So you can see she's got a bit of a workout. So that was my final thing, just with the Mothers. And that, I'd say get 3 of these things if you're doing all 4 wheels, because this is my 3rd one and it was already black. So they're only about $2 each, so grab a few of them. Don't waste your time trying to, otherwise it just makes it hard to get the polish off. It starts to burn it on again. So like I said, it was a lot of work. It was about 14 hours I spent. I'm on the 14th hour now, and I'm just about to put these things back together. So yep, it's all good. It is what it is. So yeah, so then you need new bolts. Mine's wrecked, so I had to get new bolts for this thing. Whoever these dudes are, I don't know. Them, I don't know, whatever. I just internet them. Of course, there's if you have got Simmons wheels, there's your Pacifics. Yeah, so to put them all back together, right, so I just used some engineering adhesive, 401 silicon. That's glue, high temp rated, and it sets pretty quick. Take note of that. Bloody sets about 5 minutes. So make sure the surface is all nice and clean as per any surface prep. Get rid of all the old silicon that was on here. Get rid of all the old silicon around the edge. I'm not saying this is some engineering way original OEM shit. This is just what I did. So yeah, so basically just put a bead of silicon around here, and then just use your finger to lay it all nice and flat. Chuck the next piece on top. Chuck that on top, and then go get your go get the bit of metal that you prepared earlier. So yeah, yeah. As I said, this is a lovely colour. Yeah, so then, yeah, once it's in there, make sure you jam that in there like so. Line up all the bolts and make sure everything's lined up all pretty. Put the bolts in there and just tighten 4 down, and then just get it reasonably tight. Then once that's done, it's going to be hard, just bear with me. Once that's done, just get the 2 rims and get the silicon again. And what I did is I just put my finger like that and put the silicon gun underneath my finger. So you put the silicon gun shooting in here, and then I just really went around with the silicon gun at the same time and just pushed all the silicon into that gap. So that was the first thing I did. So once you get 4 bolts in, just do that. So that'll fill the gap, and then tighten all the rest, then put all the rest of the bolts in and then tighten them all up. I just sort of tightened to whatever, using the torque wrench. I just set it on 90 and I figured that was enough. So yeah, so I've done the second coat of these ones. So then you can sort of see the first coat there. So she's filled the gap nicely. So you can see that's just by using your finger, jamming the silicon in there as much as you can. And then I've done the second coat of this one already as well. So you'll see it's a much fatter coat across here. It's just as much deeper fill. So that gives us give it a bit more power and a bit more depth. So yeah, that's pretty well it. And then put the valve stems back in. I've got the valve stem back in that one there. And geez, that's pretty well the process. Like I said, these were bad, except for this one. This one was actually not too bad, but the back of it was wrecked. So yeah, 14 hours it took me. Bit over 3 hours of rim. And I just did one part. I just sort of did that job, and then did all of them, and then come back and did that job, and then did all wheels, all the rims, and then just did one thing at a time. Saves me changing bits and changing stuff over. So while you're in the mode, you might as well just keep on going. So yeah, anyway, that's pretty well it. Like I said, I can't see many people recommending that, but frankly, it saved me days work, and results pretty damn good in my opinion. Look, I mean, really, I'm not going to complain. That's the back. Like I said, I did not use it on the front, so anyway, hopefully that's useful to somebody. And yeah, I've had a whole day on wheels and haven't even touched the old falcon. Oh my god! Mind you, I did touch it. I test fitted the radiator. So anyway, that's for another day. Righto, pick up.